Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 52. Our price, 25 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before I do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That is the best way that you can support this channel. I'm at like 1,500, over 1,500 subscribers. I don't know. I'm just getting like this constant flow of new subscribers, and that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. If you are one of those new subscribers, thank you. Thank you for the support. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. If you support me there, you can get 6 set of stickers, some buttons. I got things for defacing public and private property. What are those called? These things. Stencils. If you look down below too, you can also become a member of this channel. And becoming a member of this channel, I can enable it, all of those perks I just said, but also you can just get a video earlier than other people. So I don't know for that what that's worth. Anyway, these are the people that support me on Patreon today. Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Misamo, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get over to the reason for the season. Anyway, here we have Mad Magazine number 52. Beautiful cover by Kelly Freas. Kelly Freas was like the mad cover. Wait a second. Where am I? There I am. Kelly Freas was like the mad cover guy before Norman Mingo. And I really like his paintings. I don't know. There's always this sort of like fuzziness to them, like a warmth to them. I don't know. Like one of the things in particular, I mean, this I think is especially so because they're outside, but I don't know, like the cheeks are always so pronounced on Alfred, and I really like that. I'm just gonna dive right into this issue. Here we have an ad parody. Got it, and you know you've got it. Hubby out with that other woman. A once-in-a-lifetime shot you and your lawyer can't afford to miss, and you won't with a Polaroid land camera, because just 60 seconds after you snap the shutter, you have your finished picture. And 60 seconds after that, you're in a divorce court with an airtight case against your two-timing husband. Polaroid land cameras from $74.95 or $1.50 weekly. Alimony payments from $10,000 or $200 weekly in pennies if hubby's the spiteful type. We're going to keep cruising along. Classic Polaroid ad. I didn't even think to look that one up. There is an ad on the back that I found kind of interesting, so I did look that one up. Here we have the Mad Letters page. Let's see what people are getting up to. The enclosed photo was taken in Trincomalee, Ceylon? Anyway, there are numerous captions that could be tagged to it. For example, nearly everybody in Ceylon reads mad, or what kind of man reads mad? Al Whitmer, Canal Zone, Panama. Look at that. Mad Expedition? Thought you might like to know that the recent successful expedition to the summit of the 14,495-foot Mount Whitney had as its glorious leader none other than the mad kid himself, Alfred E. Neuman. His name is signed, forged that is, in a register at the top for posterity. Without his inspiration, several of the sicker members of the party probably would have fallen by the wayside. Well, that's lovely. And then here, look at some people at Cornell University. The, what is that? Junior varsity crew. Reading mad before a big race with Princeton. Boy, oh boy. That's some highfalutin readers of Mad Magazine. Explorers people digging Panama canals, and university students. Okay, I'm not sure about this. You guys will have to correct me or let me know if you have further information. But I think that this might be the first kind of appearance of the six-fingered hand. Um, this is the MAD 1960 calendar. Directions for assembling the MAD 1960 calendar. And you can see that down below. I think that's Bob Clark's handiwork there. But as you can see, they're saying that very closely resembles that six-fingered hand. But these have 5 fingers. And then what happens? You get to Alfred E. Neuman's hand, and both hands have an extra digit. He is 6-fingered. So one, I mean, is this canon? Does Alfred E. Neuman actually have 6 fingers? He's some type of freak? I don't know. But I'm limited as to what research I can do, because in this sort of like pre-100, the first 100 issues, I guess, my collection is spotty. That's like my weakest area, so I can't really find out for sure. Here we have, this is really cool. It is the MAD calendar, and this is for 1960. Now, before you ask, can I use this calendar? The answer is no. The answer is no, you cannot use this calendar until 2044. So, I don't know, mark that on your calendar. This can be reused in 2024. 1960 is a leap year. There's 366 days. And what that means is that this calendar will repeat every 28 years. So that is the unfortunate news. Something very cool, though, is each day there is a different artist, or each month you have a different artist. I think this would be cool if this one thing wasn't like so brittle. It'd be cool to like get a scan of this and just throw this together for a calendar, right? You could just put a new thing here, do that digitally or something. I think that'd be kind of fun to have. Okay, so we have Joe Orlando kicking us off in February. And then moving on with Bob Clark. Not all of them have Alfred E. Neuman, but some of them have him tucked away in different parts. Here we have a painting by Wally Wood. Poets who praise winds of March should meet their ends in bloody ways, caught by girls who wear short skirts and angry men who wear toupees. Here we have April. Kelly Free is doing a painting for April. Again, that's not something I'm used to seeing Kelly Freas do. So I like that quite a lot. If you're wondering who did the writing of these little poems, sing you fool of April showers. Sing of how they help the buds. When you're singing from your rooftop, we'll row by come April floods. This is not Frank Jacobs. This is Larry Siegel. Now, you'll notice I looked over. I'm getting that info from crackedcoversite.com. Go check that out. Held together by, Doug Guilford. Doug Guilford. I almost said Dave Gilmour, the guy from Pink Floyd. Odd mistake to make. And here you go. It's we have another Joe Orlando in May 20th. My birthday, May 20th. That landed on a Friday in May of 1960. Go pick flowers, nature lovers. May has on her verdant cloak. Take your choice. What will you have now? Poison ivy or poison oak? In June, we have Mort Drucker doing some beautiful artwork. Dave Berg, really cool. Okay, maybe I should zoom in on these. What a doofus I am. Now we can actually appreciate the artwork a little bit more. Here you have Dave Berg's artwork. Pretty good. Now you guys understand why I love Dave Berg. You'll understand again later in this one. Joe Orlando getting a lot of work on these ones. Here we have George Woodbridge. Some of these, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have the easiest time identifying who painted these. Here we have Wally Wood. This is such a cool image right there. So cool. Don Martin getting his own as well. I mean, what would you expect? And then closing out the year, Bob Clark. Close the year with gifts and cards to people you detest and curse. If you think 60 was bad, friend, 61 will be much worse. Lovely. They continued this trend, Mad putting out a calendar, but was it really, like, I remember it would just be a full page in the center of the magazine. You could rip it out. I mean, this one is just so much cooler. And basically the same amount of work, right? I guess it's taking up some more pages. Here we have ad spaces. It seems as though the gray flannel set is getting desperate these days. Lately, everywhere you look, be it sides of buses, backs of menus, fronts of matchbooks, inside ballparks, outside ballparks, trash receptacles, beer coasters, or roller coasters, you see an advertisement. Today, the ad men are searching frantically for any usable space which might be utilized for commercial pitches. We hear that even hotel room walls are being considered as spots where ads could be placed for greater impact. Mad foresees where it could all end if advertising men go for broke to get their message across in new ad spaces. Here you have in bar rooms. Okay, so this is our bar room. You can see a little sign in the bathroom door. When you order your next drink, ask the man for tummy seltzer for quick relief of miseries due to overindulgence. Right on the clock? You were due home hours ago. Square it with the little woman with a bouquet from Furred and Furred florists. And then here, this is my favorite one, on the bottom of the bar stool. Sorry, I got like distracted by this painting of a clock. If you plan to drive in your condition, cancel your car insurance with Mutual of Muncie first. I'm going to hop over to the next page. I want to look at this one because this has a little bit of that old mad suicide humor that we all love so much. In a government building, U.S. Internal Revenue Service. On the filing cabinet, the world looks brighter when you drink Old Overshoe, 100 proof, convenient half gallons for drowning major troubles. The waste receptacle, solve your tax problems the modern way. Fly to Paraguay now, no questions asked. Andes Airline. And then on the desk, back taxes got you upset? End it all with a Weisenheimer 38 revolver, gold medal award, International Russian Roulette Festival, endorsed by leading suicides everywhere. There we go. And going into this, we have 777 Sunset Strip. Television show, I don't know. And maybe, who is that guy? The guy, that old crooner who hung out with Sammy Davis Jr. Who am I thinking of? Anyway, it stars him apparently. Probably not though. It's like some teen show. I don't know. This is really the problem with this era of Mad Magazine. It's like so much of the stuff went over my head as a kid and continues to go over my head. There's not really, like, I can watch Universal Monsters. I can watch MASH, right? Like, I have MeTV. I can watch old television shows. I can't watch 777 Sunset Strip. That's not going to happen. Here we have a lengthy Don Martin cartoon. We have the brain operation. Takes it off. I love that. Just this alone, these 5 panels are funny. Like the fly landing on the fly landing on the brain, the exposed brain of the patient, and flicking it into one of the other guy's eyes. And like he takes off his glove. And then it just sort of kind of goes on and on from there. Fairly ridiculous. And ridiculous even more, the man getting up and putting his skull cap back on his head and marching off. It looks cool. I love it, but I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like Don Martin, it just goes too far. Like, not too far. It's just like goes on and on and on. That's my problem. Here we have protest letters. It's nice to know that protesting things that, or complaining about things that you see on television is not a new thing. It's not a curse of the modern era. It's been happening even way back in the 60s. Here, for example, is a typical television routine, which seems harmless, blameless, and mainly mirthless. This report card is a disgrace, Marmaduke. I don't think you're trying very hard at school. But I am, Mr. Murphy. My teacher says I'm her most trying pupil. Well, you certainly got a bad mark in English. That's because English is Greek to me. What about my cooking and baking exam? I passed that one with flying crullers. All right, Marmaduke, let's see how smart you are in arithmetic. There are 7 flies on the table, and I kill one. How many are left? Only one, Mr. Murphy. The dead one. Well, yes. We better go on to history. Why was the period from 400 AD to 1200 AD called the Dark Ages? Because they had so many nights. Now it's my turn to ask a question. Spell cat. C-A-T. Any cabbage head knows that. That's why I asked you. Here are a few of the hundreds of letters of protest that came in the next day. Gentlemen, as recording secretary of our local PTA, I must say I was shocked by the way you ridiculed education in last night's show. A poor report card is no laughing matter. Fearless Inc. Gentlemen, last night you showed Marmaduke wearing a straw hat. Don't you realize that this is the sort of thing can ruin the felt hat industry? Television is a vital force in today's community. When are you people going to wake up to your responsibilities? The Greek consulate. I don't know. It's just all Greek. And then it says in English, English is Greek to me. They're pissed about it. What have you guys got against the Cooks and Bakers Union anyway? What are you, a bunch of anti-labor smart alecks? Paid up members of Local 842. Gentlemen, the dummy on your TV show looks exactly like my daughter, Henrietta. Unless you apologize publicly, I will turn this matter over to my lawyers. That's probably my favorite one. They cut everything they knew to be of a controversial nature and ran what they had left. And it worked fine because only one letter of protest turned up the following day. Dear Murphy and Marmaduke, as per our option clause, your contract with this network is hereby canceled. All right, moving on to Matt's helpful household repair hints. Artist and writer Dave Berg. You guys are going to love this. Now, anybody who's watched this channel for a long time knows a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Dave Berg. I have very little interest in the lighter side of. I really like his earlier stuff. His earlier stuff is pretty cool. How to fasten objects to the wall without cracking the plaster. Oh, yeah. Put the tape down and it cracks everything but that plaster. How to clear a clogged sink drain. If chemicals, snake, or the plumber's friend fails to unclog sink drain, trouble is usually in the sink trap. Clever sink trap works on principle that water seeks its own level, preventing odors from entering the kitchen. However, U-shape tends to collect dirt, which blocks drainage. Use a wrench to remove plug at the base of trap. Dirt will be released, also odors, also plenty of water, and you'll see clearly how water seeks its own level. These are, uh-oh. What? Oh, here we go. Good, good, good. I thought I misremembered. These are awesome, like paintings and illustrations all throughout this. I wish he would have kept this up his whole career at Mad. I think it's so cool. How to eliminate a squeaky floor. How to locate a stud behind a wall. I love that. I use this method, and that's not too far away from how it actually turns out. The only thing I wish, Well, no, I can't even say that, especially not showing this. I was going to say something about the visual gags. Um, but yeah, look at this. If I would have showed you that, okay, I know the answer is yes for some of you. But if I would have shown you this image and been like, name that artist, how many of you would have guessed Dave Berg? My guess is not a lot. He could have been the Al Jaffee, but instead, he's the Dave Berg. What do you think of that? That might be my most controversial take. Here we have the Smedleys. This is the story of the Smedleys, a typical American family. Oh God, look at this. I just made the halfway point and I'm almost out of time. I really like these illustrations. Who the heck did this? Is this Bob Clark? It is Bob Clark. Bob Clark did a lot of stuff in this issue. So you can see the architect's plan and then how it's actually being used. And, you know, I wish I had a room like that. Just a cool playroom. Moving on, we have Surefire 1959 Christmas songs. You guys, I'm going to be honest, this is not my favorite issue. I feel like a real stinker doing that 2 weeks in a row. I don't like, there's nothing about this that's like offensive. I don't think it sucks, but it's like, it's also like nothing is that exciting about it, except that Dave Berg stuff. Maybe it's because I just got done with Christmas myself. So the idea of more Christmas gags really are not that exciting. The truth about before and after ads. This is kind of funny. Here we have the sleeping ad pill. Typical before picture. Before scene shows baggy-eyed man tossing sleeplessly on rickety bed. His pajamas are wrinkled, the sheets are torn and dirty, and the room furniture is old and dingy. It looks like this guy hasn't slept in 2 or 3 years. After scene shows the same man, sleeping soundly. He now wears silk pajamas, bed has contour sheets, and room is furnished in Swedish modern sleeping pills. Oh, in Swedish modern. Period. Sleeping pills, secret ingredient, pancake makeup, has erased bags under eyes. Real after pill scene from Mad's file shows that sleeping pills actually do work. Man fell fast asleep, missed work, got fired, lost mortgaged home, was divorced by his wife, and now spends life sleeping in Skid Row doorways. Wally Wood doing these paintings. And again, like not Wally Wood's best work, if I'm being honest. Some fun chicken fat stuck in here. Moxie, Alfred E. Neuman for president. One thing that stands out is, especially in this, the olden times, is how much they despised advertisers and the advertising agency. Like, it's remarkable how much they just hated them. Part of me wishes it still went on because like advertising is still just such a poison on our earth. And now like what's worse is like, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, wish they would have kept it up with that much spirit. In surgery, weak pulse, shallow breathing. There's no doubt about it. I'll have to use another hypo. Hypo. That's better. Now hand me one of them knives. I love that one. Here we have a movie review of a historical film. And I gotta cruise through all of this. This is a bummer, but this is one of those things of this era that doesn't really, thankfully it's coming up now when I've run out of time already, doesn't really transfer to this type of video because it's so text heavy. Nobody wants to hear me read it. That's for sure. And then we have this, which is like, I don't know, feels like exactly what we had just looked at before. Like, I mean, where is that one? The Christmas carols. Like, I don't know. Look, you have this right there, boom, 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 6 sections. This right there, boom, 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 6 sections. It just feels like, I don't know, not something I'm that interested in. Also, Panic did this already. If you watch the Potter ZB Christmas special, you can see that Panic beat Mad to the punch on this one by a significant amount of time. Here we have The Early Riser by Don Martin. Look, he wakes up. Look at how happy he is. Sleepwalking through the closet again. Stupid. Oh, that poor guy. And then here we have this, which I thought this was a Volkswagen ad, but turns out it's not. This is actually a take on if Volkswagen had done this Renault ad, the French car company, Renault. Ach du lieber, I get better than 35 mpw mit mein Volkswagen. Anyway, I love this. The best part of it is this Kelly Freeze painting. And look at how he's done the chrome right there. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at the reflections, the light making this looks like such beautiful glossy paint. And then I don't know what style these little characters are. I guess maybe it's like some German artist or German style. They're cool. I like these a lot. Anyway, you guys, that is it. Mad Magazine number 52. Remember, whether you've been watching for a while or hardly any time at all, please hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.